Happy April 1st, or April Fool's Day. This is Ain't Nobody Squeaky Clean. And as always, I want to thank you for joining the podcast today. You guys have a busy schedule, whether you're working or not, taking care of your families, whatever the case may be. The fact that you stopped by here, I truly appreciate it and never want to take you for granted. So today, I'm going to talk about something that this might hit a little hard for some people. Might make some people feel a little uncomfortable. But if you've ever been broke, like really broke, not, oh, I'm tight this month. I'm talking no money, no options, no safety net. Then you already know where I'm going with this. We got to talk about something that people say all the time: thoughts and prayers. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand where it comes from. People mean well. They really do. When you're going through something, you lost your job, you can't pay bills, lights about to get cut off. People don't always know what to say. So they'll say, hey, I'm praying for you. My thoughts are with you. And look, spiritually, emotionally, that matters. But let me say something that nobody wants to say out loud. Thoughts and prayers do not pay the rent. Let me say that one more time so for the people in the back. Thoughts and prayers do not pay rent. They don't stop eviction notices. They don't fill up your gas tank. They don't put food in your refrigerator. And when you're in survival mode, the gap between words and reality, they hit different. So what does being broke really feel like? So people who've never been there, they don't understand this part. Being broke isn't just financial. It's mental. It's emotional. It's exhausting. Let me paint a picture for you. You wake up thinking about money. You go to sleep thinking about money. Every phone call feels like bad news. Every email feels like rejection. You start doing the math in your head all day. Let me see. If I don't pay this, can I stretch that? If I skip this bill, can I survive until next week? And then, in the middle of those moments, somebody will hit you with, hey man, I'm praying for you. And inside you're like, hey, look, I appreciate that, but I need a breakthrough, not just a damn message. So section 3 is the disconnect. So here's the real issue. There's a disconnect between comforting words and real help. Because sometimes people will give you words because it's easier than giving effort. Let me replay that. People will give you words because it's easier than giving effort. It's easier to type praying for you than to say, hey bro, what do you actually need? And I'm not even talking about money all the time. Sometimes help looks like this: a connection, a job lead, a real job lead. Not, hey man, why don't you go down here and look at the post office? Or why don't you go over here? Not the stuff that people know. There are certain things that people already know. You don't need to reiterate the obvious. Somebody offered to do something for your children so you can breathe. Someone putting your name in a room that you can't get into. An advocate. I talk about advocacy all the time. We need someone to speak for us when we are not there. We need someone to put us in front of the line. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I have certifications. I have years of experience. I have education. I have all kinds of training. I have accolades. I have people that I've worked with that are singing my praises. But still, I sit here right now on this podcast dealing with the stuff that I'm talking about. And that's real. That's impact. These things I just talked about, the connections, the job leads, those change situations. Now, the hard truth. Let's flip it for a second. Because I've had to learn this the hard way too. Even though thoughts and prayers don't pay bills, obviously no one is sitting around waiting for someone to save you. That part is brutal. Because when you're down, you want somebody to come through, man. You hope somebody shows up because you can't even see straight. Because you have thought through, you have salvaged through, you have gone through every single resource that you have at your disposal. You have hit all the job boards, you have marched, you have called your network, reached out to your network, begged, pleaded, borrowed, done everything you can to take care of you and yours. And in these moments, that's what you find out when you're what you're made of. This is when desperation turns into bad decisions sometimes. We've all been there. I used to gamble. You talk about bad decisions. This is when your mindset is the only thing that keeps you from folding. And yeah, faith matters in those moments and in that moment. But faith without action, that's just hope sitting still. So, what actually helps? You want to know what really helps someone going through it? Not just words, but alignment between words and action. If you're going to pray for someone, cool. But also ask, what can I do? If you can't help financially, that's no problem. But can you make a phone call? Can you write a letter of recommendation? Can you reach out to someone who might be hiring? You know, I've had people in my life tell me, hey, I know somebody at Company X. So if you see something over there, let me know. You know what's better than that? If you know somebody at Company X, why don't you get on the phone and call that person or send them an email and say, guess what? I have a tremendous candidate that I know is looking for work. This is what he or she does. This is a copy of their resume because if you really want to help, you've asked for that copy so that you could circulate it. And then tell them, hey, if you have anything, let me know, and then I'll have them reach out to you. Don't just send somebody on a scavenger hunt. Do something for them. Share an opportunity. Give advice that actually moves the needle. And if you're the one struggling, don't ignore the prayers, but don't depend on them either. Use them as fuel, not a solution. So at the end of the day, this isn't about disrespecting faith. It's about being real about what it takes to survive. Because when life hits hard, you need more than kind words. You need movement, you need opportunity, and you need results. So yeah, pray for me, but also help me get back on my feet. Whatever that looks like in your world. If you can do something, do it. But don't just say words and then sit there and hope that things are going to change. Because people in this situation right now, especially in the last year and a half since administration has changed hands and thousands of people have been put out of work, they need more than thoughts and prayers. So I appreciate you listening today. But I'm going to close with this. This is near and dear to my heart because although I've had a ton of angels throughout the years that have helped me and my family get back on our feet or just get through the next day or pay a bill that we didn't think we were going to be able to pay or just sustain for another month. People need advocates out here so they can get back on their feet. So if you're sitting here doing thoughts and prayers and you think that's enough, reevaluate that. Because we need a lot more than that. And you have a lot more in you that you can do. So as always, I thank you for listening. This is Ain't Nobody Squeaky Clean. And I want you to have a blessed day and a blessed week.